Of course, I'm gonna talk about the stuff with Tank from Team Tank, and at the end of the day, they got a lifeline, you know, by Bob Arum and everything. But at the end of the day, Bob Arum don't really know what's going on with the zone. Don't know. Basically, a woman, um, a IG model, and I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to give her no more free publicity than she doesn't already deserve. And this is what this was all about: another shaming and character assassination of, you know, um, a person for basically giving his input on how he felt about a certain situation. But in case you guys don't know, this woman basically, um, basically she posted some private, which was supposed to be some private texts between her and NBA superstar Anthony Edwards that should have remained private. And it just goes to show you a lot of these women just are clout chasers. They will do whatever it takes to be famous at all costs, whether it means destroying other people in their path. And at the end of the day, this was just an attempt to try to shame and make Anthony Edwards feel bad. But my thing is, at the end of the day, let's, watching videos and, you know, um, reviewing the text that she sent him, I know you're gonna have these people that's gonna come here and say, "Oh, well, if he knows the risk. If you have unprotected, you know what, and that could happen." But at the same time, so did she. Now she's talking about that she had one a couple of years ago. Well, okay, so as well as you was talking about, you had one a couple of years ago and you didn't like doing it. Okay, so why was you engaging in, unprotected intercourse with him? You knew the risk too. See, they always try to put everything on the men in these certain situations. Now, keep in mind, this has always been an ongoing debate about the whole thing. Now, I know he had to say something politically correct and say it's a woman's choice and all this kind of stuff, but we all know it's hogwash. And it's always been this demonization of men in these type of situations. Now, if a man and a woman have, unprotected intercourse and the woman ends up pregnant and she says she wants to uh, keep the child, and the man say, well, I don't want to be a father, I'm not ready to be a father, and then you get demonized. Oh, you're a coward, you're not being a man and all this kind of stuff, and you need to take care of your responsibility. It's always been a demonization and a shaming tactic. But here you have on the flip side, if the woman says, hey, well, um I got a lot going on, I'm not ready to be a mother, then you start hearing this choice, well, it's her body, it's her choice and all this kind of stuff. Well, if this man is the biological father, it should be both of y'all's choice. But it's funny, a woman can, for the most part, she can get that done with or without your consent. But at the same time, if she decides she wants to keep the baby and you say you don't want to have nothing to do with it, you're considered a deadbeat dad. You considered a coward. You're every name but a child of God. And I've always hated this double standard when it pertained to that. But in particularly, um, society as a whole loves to shame and humiliate black men on a regular basis and at all cost. Now, yes, Anthony Edwards should have, protected himself. But at the same time, how do we even know that how do we even know it was his? Come on now, we really want to play these games. We really want to go that route. We really want to play these games like this doesn't exist on a regular basis, that this could have been part of a shakedown, because they do have those type of scams where women go get paperwork. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, but let's not make like this doesn't exist where women uh run those type of scams where they say that they have been, impregnated and they need this amount of money to go take uh take care of the situation. And once again, at the same time, the same way you're gonna have these women that's gonna try to put this on Anthony Edwards, she deserves just as much blame. So let's not try to make it look like she's some kind of victim because, hey, in Minneapolis, the state of Minneapolis, abortion is clearly legal. And to be honest with you, that's a private matter. And like Anthony Edwards said, I know he had to try to be politically correct. I do like the way he just shut down the media and said, hey, I'm not going to talk about this. And he doesn't have to. And if he did give her 100,000, so what? Sis, so what? So what? He didn't do nothing illegal. So are we going to sit up here and try to demonize this dude? So I just wanted to speak on the Ant-Man pertaining to that situation. And at the end of the day, once again, this is what I'll be trying to tell you. This is why a lot of dudes just are like, why would she even post something like that online for everybody to see? Like I said, once again, it just shows you what type of women are out here. This just goes to show you why men in America, in particularly black men, are going overseas, becoming passport bros, but it's pros and cons to that as well. But now you see why a lot of dudes are just like, man, whatever, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and bash that dude for doing something that's perfectly legal. Like he didn't break. People act like this dude broke the law, but I see all kind of stories floating around social media about that. That easily made its way around social media and media, but then they did their best to cover up what the white boy Josh Giddey did. So I'm not going to sit up here and demonize Anthony Edwards for doing something that wasn't illegal, that happens on a regular basis. But at the end of the day, if she took care of the situation, why she had to let everybody know she took care of the situation and that he gave her 100 racks. And then she takes her ass right to a Portland Trail Blazers game. So it just goes to show you that she targets these type of men. But at the end of the day, I'm letting y'all see her face and see what she looks like. And somebody need to put this picture out telling basketball players and celebrity men to stay away from a woman like this, period, because this is what she is. She's the opportunist. That was a private matter. And for her to post that just goes to show you ain't nothing sacred no more. This is why I keep telling these dudes, listen, if you want to date me, you're going to have to sign an NDA. You're going to have to sign an NDA confidentiality agreement, and you're going to have to sign a consensual intercourse documentation. I find it mighty strange. A few days after Anthony Edwards launches his own shoe line, his own personal shoe, here timing is everything. Here she comes, trying to take attention from him and basically trying to shame this dude and demonize him and vilify him. Well, not today. I'm not going to sit up here and tear that dude down. Because like I say, how do we even know that was his to begin with? And as you can see, Mariah Mills was lying about being pregnant. Once again, she was just attention seeking. She was just clout chasing. And this is what this person is doing. She's clout chasing, but then she's trying to get sympathy. Oh, he gave me 100,000. Well, did you took the money? You allegedly took the money. You didn't give it back. But you sitting up saying you didn't want to do this because you had to do one of these 2 years ago. Okay, so when you mess with him, once again, you knew that could happen if you guys didn't take proper precaution. And if you was in Minneapolis, I think Minneapolis Plan B pills are fine, are legal. So at the end of the day, she could have took one of them immediately. Now, did Anthony Edwards himself use bad judgment? Of course he did. But at the end of the day, he's 22. He's still learning. And I'm glad he dropped 32, and I'm glad he went out and dropped 32 tonight in a Timberwolves win. Once again, this Anthony Edwards he got everything. He got everything to gain. This dude is box office. The dude can play. This dude is an all-around athlete. I saw a video of him just basically throwing the ball with ease. Looked like he threw it like at least 50 yards. This dude could be a quarterback at an NFL or a wide receiver, as well as a basketball player. He is dead serious. He could be the next Deion Sanders. He is dead serious when he say he believe he could play in the NFL and the NBA at the same time. But I think that would be a little too much on his body, because basketball and football are very physical sports, where baseball isn't as physical as football and basketball, because you make a lot of contact, a lot of shoving and blocking and all that kind of stuff. So therefore that would be a little difficult. But yeah, at the same time, I'm not finna sit up here and rip Anthony Edwards and have this long thought out segment about, him being irresponsible. Well, she was just as irresponsible. And at the end of the day, she probably was plotting this on purpose. And then, like I said before, for her to sit up there and post, which supposed to be private texts between her and him for everybody to see, so they could try to form some kind of opinion. Like I said, this says a lot about her character. Says a lot. People need to be getting on her saying, why did you even post what was supposed to be a private company? What did you intend to gain from doing this? Clout, sympathy, notoriety. Get out of here with that. Shout out. And like I said before, I'll give Ant-Man credit how he handled the situation. He basically told the media, it ain't none of your fucking business. And he don't have to explain that to them. He don't have to explain that to Adam Silver. He don't have to explain that really to us. But at the end of the day, once again, this lady, for her to sit up there and save the text and then post it for people to see, like I said before, when we start holding these women accountable and getting on them and saying, okay, so why did you even keep those text messages? What were you intended to gain by posting those? Oh, you wanted to vilify him. You wanted to shame him. But like I said, it's always been a double standard pertaining to that. So what else is new? But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep averaging 24 a game. Keep doing your thing, man. Anyway, this your boy Town Biz. I'm out.